Hey everybody, it's Pete from Phase Gear. Today, just wanted to talk to you a little bit about a subject that a bunch of us surf fishermen have been talking about recently. And it's not what color we want to throw or where we're fishing, but we've been talking a lot about the shark situation that we have. Over the last 3 years, sharks have become a real reality. We've been seeing them in the surf. We've been having fish taken while we're fishing. And we've even had some incidents where they're interested to see what we are and what we're doing. A couple of years ago, it just used to be the shark was like a boogeyman in the back of your head. You'd throw your wetsuit on, you'd go out, and you'd wade deep, or you'd take a swim, and you'd always think like, wow, I'm not the biggest thing out here in the water. But the reality was you probably were not going to encounter a shark. But due to whatever conditions we've been having with warmer waters, current streams, bait, whatever it is, we now have sharks. They're a reality. They're there all the time, and we got to figure out a way to be safe while we're with them. And it's always better to be prepared and proactive in case something bad happens than having to deal with it and having no idea what to do when it goes down. So I just want to go over a couple things that I do when I'm fishing in Florida and dealing with sharks. We target the black-tip sharks. So when you're unhooking them, there is a reality that you could possibly get bit. So I've come up with a couple precautions in case this happens. My background is I was a New York City firefighter for 22 years, so I have a little bit of medical training. These are some of the things that I would do in case we have an encounter with a shark, if one of my friends get bit or myself. Most likely, most of the sharks we're seeing are brown sharks. They want nothing to do with us, but if you're landing a fish, you're grabbing the leader, and as you're pulling that fish in on a rock, that shark comes in and he takes a whack out of you, and you're 2 miles in the south side of Montauk. What are you going to do? How are you going to stop the bleeding? How are you going to help your friend out? And these are a couple ideas that I've come up with. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not recommending and telling you to do any of these techniques other than using a tourniquet. Well, let's just start. This is the best way. This is a small, portable, little tourniquet. They're not expensive. I got this on Amazon. They're easy to carry. You can throw them in your bag, on your back. I'm not saying everyone's gonna have one of these in their plug bag. I don't carry it in a plug bag, but I do have it in my backpack. It's simple to use. It'll stop the bleeding and it'll help you out in an emergency. I'm just gonna show you how to use it really quick. We're gonna say, this is the area I got bit, right on my hand. I'm leadering a fish. Shark comes in, whack, he gets me. Thank God I have my tourniquet, right? These are really easy to use. First thing you do is you loosen it up. You go 6 inches above the wound and you tighten it down as much as you can. You want to stop the bleeding. Once you get it tightened down, use the wrench mechanism. That's this. This is going to extra tighten it. You're going to watch, as it cuts off the circulation in my hand. I'm going to lock the wrench in place. That's it. It's in. I'm going to wrap it around. And that's it. I'm good to go. Get me out now. Or I can walk out. Stop the bleeding. Pretty easy, right? Oh, it's so tight. Okay, now let's say I get bit and it's a bigger shark. And my whole wetsuit's wrecked and my arm's a little bit wrecked and I don't know if it's 6 inches above or where the wound is. You go all the way high, and in the Army they say high and tight. You try and get up to the pressure point up here. Same thing, tighten it down, use the wrench, lock it in place. Not as easy as it looks. Lock it in place. And that's it. I'm getting out, right? That's it. I want to take this off tight. Do the same thing on the leg, wherever it is. Yeah, it's a little extreme, but this could save your life. It could save your fishing partner's life. It's not expensive. It's easy to keep in your backpack. There's also something called Quick Clot. It's very cheap. Same thing, you can get it on Amazon. They come in little square packages. All it is gauze that stops bleeding. You take that, you pack the wound, you put the tourniquet on, and you can get out. That's great. All right, now, I'm sure most of you guys are saying, oh, who's actually going to carry a tourniquet? A couple guys that have been fishing a lot do now. We see these sharks, but if you don't have a tourniquet with you, I'm going to show another way that you can stop the bleeding. Once again, I'm not a medical professional. None of these are recommended ways to do it. This is in an emergency, and I'm only telling you what I would do. Something I have with me all the time is my neck light, right? Surgical tubing, right? They call it surgical tubing for a reason. Same scenario. Grabbing the fish, landed it, whack, shark bites me, shit. Or bites my friend. So we'll say the shark bites Chris. Sorry, Chris, for throwing you under the boat, but I'd rather it bite you than me. Right, first thing I need to do is take the tension out. Right, now it's start. Oh, see, I lost it. Once again, none of this is going to be easy. I want to start putting tension on the wound. All right, as soon as I get to this point, I'm going to use the flashlight exactly like the wrench in the tourniquet. Put it underneath, and I start turning. And you're going to see, all right, there we go. I'm starting to get pressure. Okay, now it's starting to tighten up. Now it's really starting to tighten up. Once I get to there, I just tuck the flashlight underneath, and I go. It's better than nothing. It could possibly save your life. Is it great? No. Will it work? Yes, 100%. Last technique, you say, I don't wear a neck light. What else could I do? Same theory. On your belt, you should have either carry a boga or you have your pliers. You have a plug. Darters usually work just fine. Wrap it around. Get it nice and tight. Get your lure underneath. And you're going to use your lure as your wrench. And you're going to turn. See, it's already starting to put pressure. Turn, turn, turn. And that's it, and go. Anything that could stop the bleeding could save your life or your fishing partner's life. And the last tip I'm going to give you is the hardest one to actually do, and it's the easiest one to say. But the most important thing that emergency responders will tell you is if you show up to an emergency is to get help coming to you immediately. Get on the phone with 911, but before you call, think about what you're going to say. Think about where you are and think about what you need. So taking a deep breath or two after seeing your buddy bit by a shark is going to be hard, but it'll help save his life. Okay, what happened? Miko got bit by a shark. Where are we? We're in Montauk, but no, where are we? We're on the south side of Montauk. No, nobody knows that. Where are we? Okay, we walked in from Ditch Plains and we walked east. All right, what do I need? I need help. All right, 911. Hey, this is Pete. My buddy just got bit by a shark. I'm in Montauk. We walked in 2 miles east from Ditch Plains. I need help. My friend's bleeding badly. That's the most important thing. At that point, you're going to have help coming your way, and you could start making your way towards help instead of telling them you're in Montauk and they have no idea where you are. So those are just a couple tips on, God forbid somebody gets bit by a shark. That's how I would handle it, and hopefully we all make it out okay.